Hi, we're live here at Raven Street Dance Studio, and we are constructing a new jingle dress. This is an example of one that was made right here for one of my awesome students, Shirley Richardson. So now she is wanting to have a ribbon dress. A ribbon dress is similar to the ribbon skirts that I'm sure you've seen worn across Native America, and it is ribbons going down this portion of the jingle dress, and then you add your rows on top of the ribbons. You can have the ribbons hanging off the side, which we're going to do in this particular project. So I just wanted to give a quick tip on what we do before we even put the ribbons on. The fabric that the client chose is really cool. It's almost like it looks like it's patent leather. It's real shiny. See that nice gloss that it has? However, it is see-through. See, my fingers are you can see them through the fabric. A lot of times fabric that looks good to the eye is not really easy to sew with, but there are ways around it. It will take a little more work. So we have the front of the dress cut out. We based it upon the dress that we saw hanging, and I went to Joann's and purchased, it's called fusible lining. It comes in white. It comes on a short yard, so that is one thing that's kind of aggravating about it. But what is good about it is that on one side, it's the regular cotton, and on the other side, if you feel it to the touch, it has a lining of heating bond. So you don't have to worry about spray glue, heating bond, and all of those things. Like I said, it comes on the short bolt, which means that the width on it is from here to here, as you can see. So I had to take two pieces and splice it down the middle so that it would become one piece and fit over the dress. After you've cut your front panel of the dress, make sure that the good side is down to the table. See, our shiny side is down. Okay, I went ahead and made a fold crease down the center, as you can see, so that we know where our center is. We also took the fusible liner and sewed it together with a seam down the middle. Now we place the seam that we had to make ourselves by sewing two pieces of that fusible liner together so we can get the width that is desired so it goes across the entire dress. Make sure that you split your seam in the middle here. You can do it by sewing. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make sure that the fold, when I iron it, is flat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We went ahead and zigzagged. We split the seam where we spliced the two pieces of liner together to make it big enough for the one panel on one side of the jingle dress. Went ahead and ran a zigzag seam down the middle so that it was split easy. I lined it up with the center of the dress, and we're going to start to iron. Today we're listening to Lance Long. He is one of our favorites here at Raven Street Dance Studio. We enjoy peyote music and all of Native American music. Just want to give a shout out to him all the way up in Wisconsin. And we have our iron heated up. I would go ahead and set it to, be careful because this fabric is it will melt if you get it too hot, the black will. But I like a hot iron, so I'm putting it on wool setting. Cotton may just be a little bit too hot, so just be careful. If the fabric starts to drag, once you put the iron to the fabric, that is a clue that it's too hot. So just be careful. It's better to take your time instead of melting your fabric. So now we are going to start at the bottom, and we're going to iron the liner to the background of the dress. Take your time because you don't want ripples, and we're going to fuse the two layers together. Slowly taking our time. Start from the center and go towards the outside. This is to prevent wrinkles, and just don't get ahead of yourself. Take it row by row and then move your way from the center up and out. You can't iron this liner to get these wrinkles out ahead of time because it does have that glued layer. So now we're going to check and see, and as you can see, it's not separating. So we're getting a good heat source to it, and it's becoming one layer. Even though this is white liner, and this is a black fabric, you're not going to see the white through the black. So, you know, just match it up and see how it looks before you actually use it. But usually white liner will work behind any fabric. It's not going to show, and it's going to be a good liner for you. So I'm going to go ahead and iron the two pieces together. Here we have the other side that's already been fused together, and it's been cut out. So we sat this over here so you could see how it looks with the two pieces already done. I just ironed it, and it's stayed pretty good. And we are going to cut it out now. With this type of fabric, we have cut it out now. This is why fabric is everything. Yes, it looks great. It's got a great shine to it. But for a jingle dress, it's not really good to use. This is why. And this is why I make these videos, so that it helps you with the projects that you're doing at home. Even though we have heated up our iron and we have bonded the liner to the material, and some of the places you can see it's bubbled. You can't put the iron to this side of the fabric to make sure that the bubbles are out of it on this side. You can have it as smooth as you want on this side, but as you can see, if the heat doesn't get to the iron, to the glue, then it creates bubbles. See, on this side, it looks like we fused it and it looks great. But on the other side, there's bubbles in some places. So therefore, you have to take your time, flip it back over to the liner side, and bond it again. Taking your time from the center and moving out with your iron so that all the bubbles will not be there is extra step. But you know what? Sometimes that extra step is worth it when you see that shine on the fabric. It's completely up to you. We're going to, after we have these two layers bonded smoothly together, we're going to sew the seams. You can use a serger on the edges just to make sure that they're together. You can even sew a seam down the center if you want, to make sure that that the two layers are completely together. The next step is going to be adding the ribbons to the dress. That's going to be part 2 in our jingle dress, ribbon dress video. So stay tuned here from Raven Street Dance Studio. Thank you and have a blessed day.